Hello, family members. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time you might be watching this video. This is your girl, Maso Solange, and you are on your favorite channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you're a new family member, can you just subscribe if you deem it necessary? And if you're an old family member, thanks for being loyal, thanks for being faithful. So, what's the topic for today? Bam bam! I've come back today to tell you people about my second trimester. Remember, I promised when I posted the last video of my first trimester, I promised to, because I was already in the second trimester when I posted for the first trimester, so I promised to come back and post for the second trimester when I'm already in the third trimester. So that was going to permit me to go through the second trimester before posting. So I have to post by the experience, so it was necessary for me to go through the second trimester before coming to post. So my second trimester has passed, and I'm already, I think, a month or 2 weeks, a month or 6 weeks into my third trimester. So I want to tell you how my second trimester was, guys. My second trimester was the best. Yes, can I say the best? Yes, it was the best, because it erased all the feelings, all the sickness, all the the cravings that I had for my first trimester. My second trimester erased everything. There was no morning, no evening fever. I was just strong and healthy. No nausea, no waist pain, no vomiting, no craving for things. Even the crave for ice water, it stopped. In fact, I'm not drinking ice water again. I don't drink cold water again. I've gone back. I went back to my normal me. You know, my normal me will not drink cold juice nor cold water. So I went back to my normal me during the second trimester. You know, that being in bed the whole day, there was nothing like that. So second trimester, I was just like, I had forgotten that I was pregnant. I just forgot that I was pregnant. The only one thing that I went through during my second trimester that I want to come back and relate it to you guys, so it can help people who don't know, because I never knew about it until I witnessed it. So I promised myself to come back and tell you people, even though the second trimester was very good and it was very nice, I still have to tell you people about this bleeding that I had, because I was hospitalized 2 times during the second trimester. But you know, the first trimester I was always sick, so I cannot count the number of times that I was hospitalized. But the only thing that the second trimester led me into was doing echography every after 2 weeks for the whole of my second trimester. So my second trimester was 3 months. You know, from 3 to 6 months, I did ecography. I did ecography every after 2 weeks. Let's say 5 times, 5 to 6 times. Yes, I did ecography every after 2 weeks. And why did I have to do ecography every after 2 weeks? Because of this bleeding. I just want to call it bleeding to make it easier, but it's called subchronic hemorrhage. That's the name for it. It's called subchronic hemorrhage. And most pregnant women do not know about subchronic hemorrhage, because myself, I did not know about subchronic hemorrhage until I had to go through subchronic hemorrhage. So what is subchronic hemorrhage? For a disclaimer, I will not come to define subchronic hemorrhage to you guys here. I'll just advise each and every one of you to watch YouTube videos about it, and to go to Google and tap for the real definition from professional doctors, from gynecologists, so you get to know more about subchronic hemorrhage. But with my knowledge of subchronic hemorrhage, I can just give you a short definition of it. It is blood that is being found between where the pregnancy is implanted and the uterine wall. So if blood is found between your uterine wall and where the pregnancy is implanted, it means you have subchronic hemorrhage. And now how does it perform? You bleed. This is not the spotting, brown spotting, red spotting, few drops of blood that you see during implantation, as some people will say. I don't know if there is actually something called implantation bleeding, but this is not what you see during implantation bleeding or during first months of pregnancy. This is not it, because I believe what people call implantation bleeding is just some drops of blood, and it doesn't last for 2, 3 to 4 days. But this bleeding that I'm talking about, I had mine during my 4 months to 5 months, 4 to 5 months of my pregnancy. I had the subchronic hemorrhage. How did mine happen? I just sat on the chair. I had a visitor. We were talking, and I was about to get up and accompany the visitor to the door, and I saw blood. You know, I discovered I was bleeding. There was blood on the chair and blood all over. It was like magic, guys. So the visitor had to rush me to the hospital, and I was admitted, took some injections, did a echography. My gynae advised me to do echography to know exactly what was the cause of the blood. And when I did, they saw this blood that was in between my uterine wall and where the pregnancy is being implanted, so between the placenta. So it shows that my result came out saying, they said it in French, they said décollement de placenta, so something like that. So it's like your placenta wall was shifted, or it was torn a little bit, and if it got torn completely, the baby would have come out. So subchronic hemorrhage in most cases can lead to miscarriages. Yes, it can lead to miscarriages. It's one of the reasons why women miscarry. So please, if you're a pregnant woman, I just advise you, when you have issues like that, don't hesitate, just go to the hospital. It's good to go to the hospital. So after I was admitted for about a week and I came out, my gynae still advised me to go and do echography after 2 weeks to see if the blood is still there, to see if the placenta is well placed, and to see if the baby is fine. But the baby was fine all along, but I was not fine. You know, I was not fine because I was bleeding, and it's not normal for a pregnant woman to be bleeding, you see. So that's all I had for my second trimester. That was just all. So I had I had to do echography after 2 weeks because of the subchronic hemorrhage. That's all. But for every other symptom, no. If you guys look at me, you see that I'm very different from my first trimester video. I'm very different. I can even do makeup, I can even do my hair, you know. But first trimester, I could not do any of those things because I was practically in bed, and my being in bed was not like sound sleep, because there's a difference between my first trimester and my third trimester now. Because my third trimester now, I'm practically spending time in bed, but it's different from my first trimester. Because my third trimester now, my spending time in bed is sweet sleep. It's like deep sleep, you know. It's like I just discovered I'm pregnant. They say one of the signs of a pregnant woman is a woman that falls asleep anyhow, anytime, and at any place. This is where I'm witnessing. I'm going through sleeping at any time and at any place. So my third trimester, one of my symptoms is sleeping the whole day. That's sweet sleep. So anyway, we're not talking about the second trimester now. I'll leave that for the second. We're not talking about the third trimester now, sorry. I'll leave that for the third trimester's video that will be coming up soon. Maybe I would like to go through the third trimester completely, and then I give you I put up the video, because I have to, like I said, I have to experience it before I come and give you the information. We cannot say what you have not experienced, because every pregnancy comes with its own face. Like this, my baby, his own face is actually, it's it's very different. So guys, that will be all for this video. Love you guys. See you in my next video. Love you. Bye.